We'd like to welcome our third guest on the show today. We've got Vicki LaBelle with the American Red Cross. Thank you so much for being on our show today.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome, Vicki. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Your main office is in Wilmington, is that correct?
It
and
is.
That's the Cape Fear chapter?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the American Red Cross and the background behind it and your mission and your vision.
Sure. The American Red Cross was founded in 1881, and our mission is to prevent and alleviate human suffering, and we do that by mobilizing the power of volunteers and the generosity of donors to deliver our vital programs and services. And our local Cape Fear chapter was founded in 1908, so we are actually the oldest Red Cross unit in the state of North Carolina.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And how long have you been with the American Red Cross?
I have been a staff member for about 11 years, and I have been here in the Cape Fear area since July of 2006.
Okay, and I know we were talking about earlier, you started volunteering at age what?
7. I was 7 years old when I started volunteering with the Red Cross
impressive.
with
Very
my Girl
dedicated.
Scout troop. Yes.
Great.
So when people think about the Red Cross, Vicki, they think about blood drives. That's one of the big things that you do, but there's so much more to the Red Cross than just going out and doing the blood drives to get blood. Like you said, it's to help people to prepare for all kinds of things. And one of the things that we've been sitting here talking about before we got started was this app that I didn't know about, and I'm a big gadget techno guy, so believe it or not. There's tons of apps that the Red Cross actually has out there that can go on iPhones and your Android systems too. Would you like to tell the folks a little bit about that and how they got those?
We have a suite of 9 apps right now. The majority of those apps are free, and we really wanted to reach people where they are, and most people today are carrying a mobile device. So we recognize how important emergency preparedness is, especially in an area like Brunswick County where we have coastal risk and some other natural disaster risks. You can download apps that help you prepare for hurricanes, know what to put in your disaster kit, where to evacuate if we have a hurricane coming to our area, how to find a shelter. You can download the Tornado app, which has a built-in siren, and you can marry your GPS locator on your phone to the app, and it will go off and you'll have your own personal warning system with you at any time. We have a first aid app that is wonderful. If you have a minor injury at your home and you want to know how to take care of that immediately, you can put in search information in the app and it will guide you through the steps. You can also place your phone on a surface and have it walk you through CPR in the happenstance that you need to deliver CPR to someone immediately until professional help arrives. And we have a wildfire preparedness app, a home fire preparedness app, and we've just come out with a blood donor app to make it easier for blood donors to find an area blood drive as well. So we have a whole host of apps that are, again, free to download, and we encourage folks to do that by going to redcross.org/apps.
That's very cool. I noticed a couple more, a pet first aid app and a swim app. What is that?
Yep, the swim app teaches you some basic information about water safety and strokes. That's one of our newest apps,
That's
so
very
you can
cool.
look up information on how to be safe in and around the water and some basic swimming strokes. And the Pet First Aid app is actually the only app that has a fee. It's a specialty app. There's a 99-cent download fee. And if you have a pet emergency, similar to the First Aid app, the Pet First Aid app will help guide you through the steps of what you need to do to take care of your cat or your dog.
Let's move forward and talk about some of the programs that y'all have to offer.
Sure. Well, of course, you mentioned blood drives.
Right.
We do collect life-saving blood throughout the area and supply that to area hospitals to meet patient needs. You can give blood at the age of 16 with parental permission in the state of North Carolina, 17 without parental permission. And you can find area blood drives by putting in your zip code either on the app or going to redcross.org. We do hundreds of blood drives throughout the area. We provide disaster relief. And the majority of disasters we have in the ATMC viewing area are actually home fires. And we respond just in Brunswick County to more than 50 home fires per year.
Wow.
So folks that are losing their home to a fire, our volunteers go out in the middle of the night if necessary and make sure they have funds for food, clothing, shelter, other basic necessities to start the recovery process. We support area military families by doing pre- and post-deployment briefings and also by facilitating emergency communications and providing other family supports as well. And of course, we talked about first aid and CPR. We teach those classes as well as providing the app for folks to download. So a lot of vital programs and services, and the majority of those are delivered by volunteers that are area residents.
And if someone was interested in for example, taking a CPR class, they could go on your website and look for the schedule, or where could they find the
Absolutely. If they go to redcross.org and they look under training and type in their zip code, it will pull up a menu of classes that are coming up. They can register online for those classes.
Okay.
A couple other quick things to talk about. Volunteers. You're always looking for volunteers,
Always.
I'm sure, too. So folks that are certified to instruct in CPR, volunteers for blood drives, always
Absolutely.
something necessary. Disaster relief volunteers. I know I've worked in search and rescue and done disaster relief over the years for different organizations, and I always see the Red Cross out and work in conjunction with those at any type, from tornadoes and hurricanes right down to the house fires, like you said. Those disasters are always looking for somebody that can help, and there's training that you take folks through too, correct?
Absolutely. All of our volunteer training is free. We provide a comprehensive menu of training for volunteers, especially those that want to support disaster relief. And we can find a volunteer opportunity for most anyone, from youth volunteers up through our senior citizens. We have a volunteer opportunity that meets just about everyone's needs. Folks can volunteer in our office and do administrative support work as well. They can do office casework, and they can, of course, go out and support blood drives, disaster relief, services to armed forces activities, and do our community outreach events and teach people about emergency preparedness. And they can find out about opportunities at redcross.org/Cape Fear or by calling our main number.
Cool. Last but not least, obviously it takes money to run the show. Fundraisers, things that you do locally and nationally to raise funds to provide these services to our folks.
Absolutely. We're just about to launch into our holiday giving campaign, and this year's theme is to encourage folks to give something that means something. We recognize that not everyone is in a position to give a monetary contribution which supports all of our vital programs and services. So by giving something that means something, if you can't give a financial donation, we encourage folks to consider giving their time by becoming a volunteer, or giving the gift of life by donating blood at a local blood drive. But we do have, we discussed before, we do have the opportunity for folks to text 90999 at any time from their phone, and you can make an immediate contribution in support of American Red Cross programs and services. That's $10 that goes right on your cell phone bill. Of course, you can contact our local chapter or go online to redcross.org to make a contribution at any time.
And what event? We were talking about an event that you do locally, annual event.
We
What is
have
that called?
our 34th annual Red Cross Gala and Auction coming up in March. March, of course, is presidentially declared Red Cross Month, so it's a great time to celebrate our services, raise awareness, and raise money for local programs and services. And this year it will be held at UNCW's Bernie Center, and our gala chairperson this year is Dr. Ted Spring, president of Cape Fear Community College. So folks can find out more information at redcross.org/Cape Fear. In December, we will be putting up our sponsorship information for the event, as well as ticket sales information.
Sounds like a great event.
Yeah.
Look
Vicki,
forward to
thank
seeing
you
more.
so much for being on our show today.
Thank
Could you
you.
share your contact information one more time for our viewers?
Sure, you can reach us through our website, redcross.org/Cape Fear. You can contact our local office at 910-762-2683, or you can call 1-800-RED-CROSS, and they can assist you with whatever your needs may be in connecting with Red Cross programs and services. Thank you for having me.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
for
much.
being here, and I really look forward to getting on my phone and finding
Yes.
those apps. Very,
Wonderful.
very interesting stuff for me.
Great.
Thank you so much. We'll be right back.